हरि शरणं 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 दयालु राम की शरणं कृपालु कृष्ण की शरणं दयालु राम की शरणं कृपालु कृष्ण की शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं चाहे सुख की घटाए चाहे दुख की घटा छाए चाहे सुख की घटाए चाहे दुख की घटा छाए खुशी हो या हजारों गम हरि शरणं हरि शरणं खुशी हो या हजारों गम हरि शरणं हरि शरणं नहीं दुनिया में कुछ अपना यही एक रात का सपना नहीं दुनिया में कुछ अपना यही एक रात का सपना सत्य है ये अमर प्रीतम हरि शरणं हरि शरणं सत्य है ये अमर प्रीतम हरि शरणं हरि शरणं यही है जुस्तजू अपने यही है, आरज़ू अपने यही है, जुस्तजू अपने यही है, आरज़ू अपने हरि का हो के निकले दम, हरि शरणम, हरि शरणम, हरि का हो के निकले दम, हरि शरणम, हरि शरणम, हरि हरि शरणम, 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 हरि शरणम।
भगवान ने दी जिंदगी और माता पिता ने दिया प्यार, लेकिन जिंदगी की राह पर चलना सिखाने, लेकिन जिंदगी की राह पर चलना सिखाने के लिए अपने गुरु का हूँ शुक्रगुजार, अपने गुरु जी का हूँ शुक्रगुजार। पूरा ध्यान लगा, पूरा ध्यान लगा, गुरुवर दौड़े दौड़े आएंगे, थोड़ा ध्यान लगा, थोड़ा ध्यान लगा, गुरुवर दौड़े दौड़े आएंगे, थोड़ा ध्यान लगा, थोड़ा ध्यान लगा, गुरुवर दौड़े दौड़े आएंगे, तुझे गले से लगाएंगे, अखियाँ मन की खोल, अखियाँ मन की खोल, तुझको दर्शन वो कराएंगे,
पिता को वंदहूँ, जो जग दिया दिखाए, संत सज्जन और गुरुजन सबको शीश झुका। धर्म केवल यही नहीं है, सिर्फ धार्मिक प्रचलनों और सांसारिक रीतियों को चलाए। धर्म वह है जो आपके जिम्मे आए कार्य को निष्ठा, सद्भाव, सत्यता और ईमानदारी से संपन्न करे, और ये सभी आपको एक सच्चे गुरु, एक सच्चे शिक्षक से प्राप्त होते हैं। मात पिता गुरु प्रभु चरणों में वंदऊं बारंबार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार। मात पिता गुरु प्रभु चरणों में वंदऊं बारंबार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार। माता ने जो कष्ट उठाया, वर्ण कभी न जाए चुकाया। उंगली पकड़ कर चलना सिखाया, ममता की दी शीतल छाया। जिनकी गोद में पल कर हम सब कहलाते होशियार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार। मात पिता गुरु प्रभु चरणों में प्रणवहूँ बारंबार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार। पिता ने हमको योग्य बनाया, कमा कमा कर अन्न खिलाया। पढ़ा लिखा गुणवान बनाया, जीवन पथ पर चलना सिखाया। जोड़ जोड़ अपनी संपत्ति का बना दिया हकदार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार। तत्व ज्ञान गुरु ने बतलाया, दूर भगाया। तत्व ज्ञान गुरु ने बतलाया, अंधकार सब दूर भगाया। हृदय में भक्ति दीप जलाकर हरि दर्शन का मार्ग बताया। बिना स्वार्थ ही कृपा करें ये कितने बड़े उदार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार। मात पिता गुरु प्रभु चरणों में प्रणवहूँ बारंबार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार, हम पर किया बड़ा उपकार।
गुरु गोविंद दोनों खड़े, किसको लागू पार। बलिहारी गुरु आप कीजिए, गोविंद दियो बताए कबीरा, गोविंद दियो बताए। गुरु गोविंद दोनों किसको लागू पाए। बलिहारी गुरु आप कीजिए, माधव दियो बताए कबीरा, माधव दियो जब तू आयो जगत में, जग हंसे तुम रो। जब तू आयो जगत में, जग हंसे तुम रो। करनी ऐसी कर चलो, तुम हंसो जग रोए कबीरा, तुम हंसो जग रो। दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे ना को। दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे ना को। जो सुख में सुमिरन करे, तो दुख काए को होए कबीरा, दुख काए को हो। चलती चक्की देख के दिया कबीरा रोए, चलती चक्की देख के दिया कबीरा रोए। दो पाटन के बीच में साबुत बचाना कोई कबीरा, साबुत बचाना कोई। तुलसी से संसार में सबसे मिलियो भाई, तुलसी से संसार में सबसे मिलियो भाई। ना जाने किस रूप में नारायण मिले जाए कबीरा, नारायण मिले जाए कबीरा, नारायण मिले जाए कबीरा, नारायण मिले जाए।
Good evening, one and all. At the outset, I would request everyone to please rise for the school song we dedicated to Sir. साहस धीरज के हम साथी, धर्म कर्म भी साथ हमारे, मेहनत है कानून हमारा, एक रहेंगे मिलकर सारे, एक रहेंगे मिलकर सारे। पढ़ लिख कर ज्ञानी बनने से पहले हम इंसान बनेंगे, ऊंच नीच का भेद भूल कर मिलजुल अपना काम करेंगे। मानवता के रखवाले हम, धरती के हैं राज दुल्हारे, साहस धीरज के हम साथी, धर्म कर्म भी साथ हमारे, मेहनत है कानून हमारा, एक रहेंगे मिलकर सारे, एक रहेंगे मिलकर सारे, एक रहेंगे मिलकर सारे। Kindly be seated. Good evening, one and all. We all have gathered here today to celebrate and to remember the life of our revered ex-principal, Shri M.D. Jani sir. It is our hope that every part of this prayer meet honors the grand life that sir lived amongst us and would continue to do so for the rest of our lives. I'm sure all of us would join together in expressing our deepest and heartfelt condolences to sir's family and relatives, some of whom are here, to know that you all are in our thoughts and prayers, that we are available for you anytime, and that if you have to walk this journey of grief, please be assured that you are not alone. For all of us as Sulonians, be it alumni members or student members, Sir's persona touched practically each one of our lives. The value of the impact that Sir, his teaching and his living made to each one of us is way beyond measure. A man of few words, Sir was known for his strictness. I'm sure all of us agree. And but mind you, that is what shaped us and helped us reach where we all are in our lives today. After leading a successful professional teaching career when he retired back, Sir remained extremely simple, humble, and showed a lot of concern and care for all the students who met him at timely intervals. So दोस्तों, ऐसे कुछ ही लोग होते हैं जो कि जब इस दुनिया से रुखसत होते हैं तो अपने पीछे अपनी प्रभावी इतिहास इतना छोड़ जाते हैं कि उनकी यादें हमेशा हमारे दिलो दिमाग में जैसे कि एक घर किए जाती हैं। श्रीमती सुलोचनादेवी सिंघानिया स्कूल के प्रधान अध्यापक श्री मुकुंद जानी सर एक ऐसे ही शख्स थे जिनका निधन 2 जुलाई 2023 को करीबन शाम के करीब हुआ था। सर 85 साल की उम्र के थे। सर के बारे में इतना ही कहना चाहूँगी कि बिछड़े सर कुछ इस अदा से कि रुत ही बदल गई। बिछड़े सर कुछ इस अदा से कि रुत ही बदल गई। इन शख्स ने मानो हम सारे विद्यार्थियों को दिलों को जैसे वीरान कर दिया है। With these few words, श्रद्धांजलि के स्वरूप में इस प्रार्थना सम्मेलन में प्रार्थना गीत तो हो ही रहे हैं। May I now request some of the family members to come up and speak for him as a tribute to Sir. Sir's niece, Niharika.
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम भज प्यारे मन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम भज प्यारे मन सीताराम।
रघुपति राघव राजा
राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम।
सीताराम सीताराम भज प्यारे तो सीताराम।
सीताराम सीताराम भज प्यारे मन सीताराम।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम।
हर शब्द कहे आंसू बन कर, गुरुदेव हमारे कहाँ गए। हर शब्द कहे आंसू बन कर, गुरुदेव हमारे कहाँ गए। सत्य की राह दिखा करके, गुरुदेव हमारे कहाँ गए। ये कलियां बात विदा की सुन, खिलने से वे पहले मुरझाई। गुरुवर से बिछोह की पीड़ा से, हम सब की आंखें भर आई। सब रोते रोते कहते हैं, वो नैनों के तारे कहाँ गए। हर शब्द कहे आंसू बन कर, गुरुदेव हमारे कहाँ गए। अब कैसे हम सुन पाएंगे वो मधुर मधुर पावन वाणी। वाणी जो बन गई आज अमर, बन गई सबके हित कल्याणी। इतनी भी कैसी जल्दी थी, बच्चों को अकेला छोड़ गए। हर शब्द कहे आंसू बन कर, गुरुदेव हमारे कहाँ गए। गुरुदेव इतना सींचा गुरुदेव हमें, मन की धरती फिर भी प्यासी। गुरुवर हमसे क्या भूल हुई, क्यों जाने की मन में ठानी। अब कौन संभालेगा हमको, हमें किसके सहारे छोड़ गए। हर शब्द कहे आंसू बनकर, गुरुदेव हमारे कहाँ गए। सत्य की राह दिखा करके, गुरुदेव हमारे कहाँ गए।
May I request Sir's grandniece Niharika, she'd like to share a few thoughts.
Thank you so much. मान बधाई ना करे, बड़े न बोले बोल, हीरा मुख से ना कहे, लाख मेरा मोल. This was what my Dadaji was. I mean, first of all, I would like to say that, today evening, since all of you are here to contribute some tribute to him, श्रद्धांजलि देने आप सब यहाँ पे दादा को आए हैं, तो हमारे पूरे परिवार की ओर से नतमस्तक धन्यवाद कि आप यहाँ पधारे. आप लोगों ने बहुत कुछ किया है दादा के लिए, और हम जेन्युइनली उसको रीपे नहीं कर पाएंगे, बट जस्ट कुछ बताना चाहेंगे कि दादा एज अ फैमिली मैन कैसे थे, बिकॉज आई एम श्योर यू हैव सीन हिज साइड of how he was professionally, how he was as a teacher, as a principal, but very less of us would really know how he was as a family person. So before I really start, I would really like to say that Jai Sri Krishna from the entire Jani and Purohit Parivar. All right. Jai Sri Krishna from the entire Jani and Purohit Parivar. And once again, a lot of gratification to all of you who are present here today. I have a lot of things to say, and I don't really know how to start with, but let us start with how, where, and he was born, and how he actually grew up as a child, So he was born to Durlabram Jani and Parvatiben Jani on 6th of November 1939, and being the youngest child of the family. There were like an elder sister to him, which is my Dadiba, and two brothers, and they were a well-to-do family. So my Dadima in Gujarati used to always say that hame don sahibi ma mota thaya chhe. That means that we were like, any time that any child used to ask for that, this is what I want, and that was something that was always that grand Nanaji used to get for him. That was the upbringing that they were into. And looking into education, all the kids were well educated, highly educated. I would say the eldest brother, Shri Manharlal Jani, was a retired DG from Surat. The middle one was a lawyer of crime branch. Then Dadaji himself, of course we all know, Shri Mukund Jani was a visionary, an educationalist, a knowledge sharer, a lot of things that he is. And he was, in today's hashtag word, what would I say more about him? It would always say he was hashtag a philosopher, hashtag a teacher, hashtag a principal, and hashtag, I would really say, being not only in his professional career, he has excelled in all walks of life. Everywhere. Being a bachelor, he was a very good homemaker and a fantastic cook. There were a lot of things that a lot of times he used to ask our family members, especially my mom, he used to call up saying that, okay, आ रीत के वितना बनाऊँ, आ के वितना बनाऊँ. And it is something that he would always, he was very keen. He was kind of a foodie person as well, you know. Of course, a very disciplined and a strict person that all of us know him as. But he was very much like a coconut, I would say. Hard from outside and very soft from within. A very emotional person as such. And a few things, again, as all of us know, a learned man gave him a very big award, which is the Dronacharya Award, which he was entitled to by then Shiv Sena Adhyaksha. And I mean, it was a really big achievement for not only the society, but for all of us as well as family members as such. So one of the very important thing that he was very much into his ethics and principles. So one of the stories that recently I got to know from my uncle, and especially not to forget and to mention Hiren uncle, that I am standing here on his behalf today, since he's hospitalized and he could not make it today, but it is all that he wants me to convey to all of you. What are his feelings for his mama. So one of the most important things that he's so much into integration, so much ethics and principles that he had. And one of the times where he used to actually visit our place, when he was basically a moderator for the 10th exams and all, and he used to set papers. So one of the things that he used to actually come and go to all the relatives' places to ask whether is there anybody from the family in 10th or not. Otherwise, he never wanted that, okay, you know what, your family child probably excelled in 10th, but that could not be something that because he was a moderator. So that was also something that he was very much into integrity as well. I even got to know, I don't remember, I don't know the name of the person who said this to Dadaji, but it was one of the students, of course, who then shifted to US, and there was this Thanksgiving time there. During the Thanksgiving time, she probably wrote a big letter to Dadaji saying that, you know, all because of you today, who I am. And that is how he has like really made impact not only in the family but to a very large audience, right from school to the colleges and everywhere. He was even very much against, so after his retirement, there were a lot of offers that he got for, you know, the coaching, from the coaching classes to like be a moderator there or a supervisor, a few tips. But he was absolutely against the commercialization of education. He said that why do I want to actually get paid to something where education is right of everybody, and because of the commercialization of classes and all, he was absolutely against it, and he denied it probably for a long period of time. There were good coaching classes who approached him, and every time, even probably he used to talk to Hiren uncle that this is what I've got an offer to, and we used to always say, why not, you have that thing, why aren't you going? And he was like, no, this is something in case if just somebody calls me without, just for a speaking thing, I would certainly go, but I don't want any monetary help out of it. So till the end, I would say, वो अपने बलबूते पे जिए हैं, अपना काम अपने खुद से किए हैं. And last but not the least, I would really like to say that the day when he left to the heavenly journey, the favorite food that he loved was Puran Puri, and he really, so every Sunday it was his fixed thing that for lunch he used to have Puran Puri, and Puran Puri and doodh was his like staple diet for Sunday, and that is what he actually ate. So we are like, okay, he has really been very happily living the whole life as such, and educated. Not so this is not only the loss to like friends, near dear ones, or just the students, but it is a loss to the whole society, I would say, because these kind of people are not born very easily. I was just talking to my husband. And in today's world, we always have this that iska genes sambhal ke rakhna chahiye. So that was one thing that he told me, saying that oh, he was such a learned man, such a good man, and not married. That was one of the things. So why did we not really think of doing that, so that at least the future generation who comes up would be like that, So nothing much. I mean, this could just go on and on, because we have a lot of stories with him. He was as strict as he was at home, as he was in the school. He was very disciplined, and that discipline probably has got most of us where we are today. So a real tribute, a real Shraddhanjali to Dada, who has really enlightened a lot of lives as such. And last but not the least, seriously, I would not say thanks, because it's just a very random word, It's just, we always say, Britishers chale gaye, thank you, or sorry, reh gaya. Wala scene. That is what I've always heard from my grandparents as such. So I would really not be belittled to tell you all the students and all the alumni and everybody who helped over the last 2-3 years to him. But it is just a gratification, and we are seriously, from the bottom of our heart, we are conveying the gratification to you. Because of you, a lot of things happened to him. So really thank you. And most importantly, I would like to really thank Om Prakash ji, who was there with him day in, day out. Om Prakash ji, आप please rise हो जाइए. I'm sure आपको almost सब लोग पहचानते हैं. But आपका खूब खूब आभार, खूब खूब धन्यवाद कि आपने दादाजी को बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से संभाला. Irrespective, he was there day in, day out with Dadaji, of course. It's like, I would say in a very layman language, कि सब Sulonians की मेहरबानी की वो ओम प्रकाश जी को दादा के साथ रखे, और बहुत हेल्प किया दादा को उन्होंने और आप सब ने मिलके. तो हमारा सबका, हमारे परिवार की ओर से, जानी और पुरोहित परिवार की, कुटुंब की ओर से आप सबको नतमस्तक प्रणाम. जय श्री कृष्ण.
Thank you, Niharika. Beautiful words, and I must say these are different facets that we've never heard about sir or known about sir. Also, there were a lot of things that we've known about sir in different areas. Like, I would really want some of our teachers to come and share some things about him. We have known him as a principal, so we've had a different experience with sir. I'd really love if some of our seniors come and speak a few words about him as a teacher. So first, I'd like to call Mrs. Cabral, who's right here, and would like to share a few things about sir as a colleague and as our principal also.
Thank you so much. May his soul rest in peace. Yes. I was actually in touch with them on the phone, but just a couple of years, maybe 2-3 years back, because I can never forget his birthday. That is 6th of November. Now, when I go back to the school, there are a lot of memories. And very rightly, the great-granddaughter said, he was a strict disciplinarian. And I'm telling you, I know of my teachers who were scared to approach him. And they would ask, ma'am, how are you going, and asking him? See, I said, he stands for the right. And for him, there is no bias. Let it be a student, let it be a teacher. Now, when I talk about this strict, I still remember some of the students. You will not forget that flat ruler which he had kept. I think you all remember that? Yes. I am telling you, that flat ruler, what he had, I am telling, most of the students today, they stand tall. Yes, that has made a difference. And the new building, that the Sahadri, that is not the newest, the other building, if I tell Sahadri, I hope all of you know which one is this. It was during his term that this building came up. You won't believe, every single day in the evening after school at 5 o'clock he would take a round. And he used to tell me, Mrs. Cabral, this is your building. I said, you give me one room, then I'll accept the building. Even for where the children used to drink water, he used to call the child, make him stand to see the size. That was his nature. And he used those days signing of the report cards. At 6 o'clock he used to leave school. He used to tell Brijwasi, a report card sub carminal. He used to take it, and the next day everything used to be signed. And the children were so scared. There was a joke. The boys were out. It was during school time, and they were at a distance. They saw him. Oh, they saw the gray hair. They had no way to escape. They entered the ladies' toilet, girls' toilet, because they knew that this was the only place he would not enter. And they escaped, but when it was a reunion, they shared this with him. So how strict he was, and he saw that. And especially his maths classes, I think all these students remember his maths classes. He used to repeat and again solve it till these children were really perfect in their calculations. That was a man, that was a principal, and today we understand how important it is to be strict, to be a disciplinarian, which he was. Thank you very much, and may his soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Any of our teachers? Sir.
Good evening, all of you. It's a sad moment to remember Jani sir, but I remember most of the lighter moments of his life. So maybe I can change the atmosphere a little. I just remember he has come with the previous principal, S.R.N. Rao. Both of them were in Rishi Valley. From Rishi Valley, when he joined the school, Principal Rao called him also, and he was staying in a quarters behind. In that quarter, we used to feel free better than Rao sir. And Jani sir ke ghar ke piche, there was a papaya tree. He used to give us kacha papai, and then we used to grate it and have a nice pachadi out of it. It was very tasty. He was making it, and we were enjoying it. Like that, so many moments are there. But he was very strict about the leaves. Leave you take, you are working for so much of days, and out of that also you want leave. I'll tell you a lighter moment of it. Mr. Bhatta, he was a cashier. He used to count the notes, but he came one hand behind, and he said, "Sir, I cannot work for 4-5 days." 4-5 days, Bhatta, what are you saying? It's not possible. No leave, go to your job. Sir, there is some problem. After Diwali, he had a bomb in his hand, and it exploded. So there was a big blister on his hand. Bhatta showed that blister. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you show me? Go home. Immediately his wife had come just to accompany Bhatta, but he was very, very, very scared of getting the leave from Jani sir. Second incident I remember, It was in a hospital, Dr. Ingalalikar's hospital. It was just opposite today's McDonald. And I took one student in Sir's car. That was White Ambassador. And I was driving. Shedge was accompanied that child. And we went there. For 10-15 minutes, whatever doctor has done with him. But after that, immediately, Kulkarni, what have you done? Kuch nahi, sir. I just brought that child here. Nahi, there should be something wrong. Jani sir called me 4 times. Where is Kulkarni? Kulkarni is there or not? Then, sir, I brought his car. Because of that car, he was worried Kulkarni is taking it properly or not. So his worry, that is also very important. It was a caring nature of Mr. Jani. He has been playing, eating, talking to us, many things, but the lighter moments which we enjoyed, it was not at all forgettable. One Mrs. Sidhwa, I think, she had some problem in ears. She was sitting in front of me. He was shouting, "Why you want so much of leave? Why do you want to stay away from the school? Children will be deprived, this, that." So many things for half an hour. Then, after that, when he cooled down, she showed the certificate. "Sir, I can't hear." Get up. That was his reaction. So he was caring also. He was very good with us. Thank you very much. For all these memories are still there in our heart. It will remain.
तू प्यार का सागर है, तू प्यार का सागर है, तेरी एक बूंद के प्यासे हम, तेरी एक बूंद के प्यासे हम, लौटा जो दिया तूने, लौटा जो दिया तूने,
I would like some of the seniors who have learnt under him as a maths teacher, if you'd come and share your experiences also with us. Any of our alumni seniors would like to speak something about sir? Or any of our as who have been as a principal?
Our vice principal and maths teacher, very strict. That's what we thought about him. But there are some memories which I hold, and just exactly the opposite. There was a time as one of the good students in the school, I was made to sit on the first row by the class teacher. Only the good students were made to sit on the first row. And one of Mr. Jani's class, I was sleeping with my head down on the desk. And sir called me, he used to call me Langani. So he used to say, Langani. I woke up immediately, yes sir. He said, are you not feeling well? I said, yes sir, not feeling well. What happened? Stomach is paining, sir. Go to the healthcare center immediately. So when I'm going outside, after going outside the class, I was smiling. But then now, when you go about thinking, impression was that he is such a strict teacher. But now when you think about it, he was always caring for the students. Can you believe somebody is sleeping in the class on the first bench and he's asking, are you not feeling well, instead of giving one whack? And then another, of course, many memories, but one memory was after school. 10 years after we passed out, I had gone with some friends to ask sir whether we could hold a reunion in school. He said, yes, why not? And you let me know what all you need the school to do. So he was so welcoming, and really we were surprised by that. He in fact asked us that we will arrange your lunch, by the canteen will arrange. So just let me know how many students will be coming. So we had one full wonderful day of our batch reunion after 10 years, after we passed out at school. So lovely memories of Mr. Jani. Thank you.
So heartening to know the different facets of Sir's persona. We have one more alumni here.
Hello, I am Dr. Samir Pradhan, passed out 1986 batch. Jani sir was our vice principal, and on 8th standard, we had Ms. Dikuna as our class teacher, and in one of the lectures, we had a free period, and one of our colleagues was very happy after that, and he had a typical way of laughing, and she had howled, and the teacher who had come for the substitution, because we had a free period, asked who as the one who had howled. We knew everybody in our class who had howled, but nobody said about the other person's name. So the whole boys of the class were made to stay out. And then Jani sir asked each of us individually, and we all said no, and then he gave us that cane which somebody mentioned on all our backs. Then our class teacher had an argument with sir in our class. Why these students, and they were all loyal, means nobody told the name of the culprit. But then it was a good disciplinary act for us. So in whole 9th we were scared of sir. I was good in maths, and in maths 9th standard, my marks out of 100 came to something like 27. And I said, this is not possible. I want to see the paper, because my only one question is wrong. So I went to sir. It is never done in the history of Singhania that paper is removed. Sir, this marks are out of 75. My roll number was 20. I feel there is some mistake. We had a new teacher, I don't want to name. And in 10th standard, sir came as our maths teacher. And he taught us maths so beautifully. But then I wanted that one particular thing to change. So I persisted with sir. I said, I want that paper to be removed. And ultimately sir agreed. And then what I found out was, my roll number was 20. My marks were 73 out of 75. While copying from the question paper to the sheet, it was made 27. The 20 was marked. So he told, I'm very sorry Samir, this has happened. And that particular year in 10th standard, I was a reporter of that class, 10th B, our famous class. And throughout, he was so nice to all of us. Like whatever memories we had, we are scared of him in 8th standard because we had all got a whacking. Everything vanished. He made the person who could not understand also, till he understood that maths ka problem, he did not move ahead. So that was the, most of our lives have changed because of sir. And I really, I'm very glad that I was his student. Thank you.
So I think I'm probably the representative of the 89-90 batch. We were lucky because sir was of course our teacher, vice principal, but in our 10th standard he became the principal. So that was the first year that he became the principal. Couple of memories I want to share is in the 5th standard, when we went into the secondary school, we knew that he's going to be the vice principal, and we had heard all different discipline stories, and we were all worried, scared of him all the time. And it happened so that everything had changed. So instead of putting on the timetable, instead of putting what is the arrival time, the departure time was put. And I thought that was the departure time of my paper. So I landed up in the school when the paper was actually over. And now here, I had to face, someone told me, you'll have to go and see Jani sir. Well, like, Jani sir, I was already shaking. So then I went home. I got my grandmother, who was of course a teacher also. She said, we have to go to him. So we went to him, we explained to him what happened. And that was so rightly said by his granddaughter that, he was like a coconut. That was first time I came to know that he was so soft and nice that, after some time I was called again to his office, and I was told that, we're not going to fail you. You might miss your honor society, but you are genuine. And that much they cared and they considered me in that year. Another incident I remember from the 10th standard, when he had become the principal, and we were all doing very badly at marching in the sports day. So he of course, being a disciplinarian, he said, now you all have to go and practice well. So for almost 4 or 5 days, we were practicing in the sun. Suddenly everyone started getting a sunstroke. Someone felt sick and everything. So when he realized that, he immediately called off the practice for a couple of days. And he said, let the teachers let the students take rest, let everyone take rest, and then we will resume. So that's how really he was. And of course, as a maths teacher, as a geometry teacher, I can never forget him, because I think the geometry for fundamentals, he had this huge box, which all of us know, which had a big protractor and a big scale, and that sort of inspired us and instilled that passion into us that, learning has to be like this. Today we are into the technology world, but at that time itself, what a teacher should be like. He not just taught us how to learn, but how to teach as well. So, I think a lot that we have learned from him. I just want to quickly share also that, I was lucky that I was given the chance to make the PPT for today's session here. And that, we have been able to actually contribute to this function. While I was doing it, so many more revelations, so much more inspiration. And I would just say that, because God couldn't be everywhere, he really has made gurus like him, and we are so fortunate. All of you all will agree with me. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak.
Hi, Rajesh Patkar from 91 batch. All of you must have heard also what people of everyone has said. Yeah. Jani sir, while looking at him, used to look like a very strict person, and but he was a gem of a person, down to earth. So I've got some instances about him. Uh, in 1991, on those areas, getting an first class in 10th was an achievement. तेव्हा आम्हाला 70% मिळायचे, so that was great. So I had got some 70%, and I was not confident. I thought that I should have got some more marks or some more percentage. तर घरी तर सगळ्यांनी पेढे बिढे आणून सगळं सेलिब्रेट केलेलं होतं. आता लोकांना मुलांना 91% मिळतात, 99% मिळतात, तेव्हाची वेगळी गोष्ट होती. सो आई वडिलांनी तर सेलिब्रेशन स्टार्ट केलं, अँड देन ॲट दॅट टाइम वी हॅड टू गो टू दी स्कूल अँड गेट दी सर्टिफिकेट, गेट दी मार्कशीट. I went to him. I was little bit not feeling, good about it. And he was the person I never expected from him. I thought that, Baba, तेरे को 70% मिला, वही बड़ा हो गया. So I just, he called me and he looked at me and said, I think you should have got good marks, and if you think, you should put your papers into checking everything. The earlier what my speaker said, he was very good into geometry. And we were some of these students who were, not good into studies. 70% होते. And we were good into art and craft. हे आमचे गुरु इकडे बसलेले आहेत, कुलकर्णी sir. So at that time it used to happen, की बाबा the people who are not good into studies, म्हणजे आज art and craft वाला चांगला मुलगा, so चलो ठीक है. And I was appearing for intermediate classes. Sutavani sir, Kulkarni sir used to take our classes. We used to work on it. But one day suddenly in 9th or 8th standard or something or other, Jani sir entered into the cabin and he said, Kulkarni sir, he is going to take your geometry class. So geometry is a very technical thing when it comes to intermediate and elementary. आणि मग तसं हिनी सांगितलं, त्याने तो असा मोठा डब्बा ओपन केला आणि ते मोठे मोठे ते हे काढले. And he had given me a tip, sir. So की आपल्यामध्ये while doing the drawings and everything, क्लच पेन्सिलनी काम करतो. इफ यू आर डुईंग समथिंग फ्रॉम अ ड्रॉइंग अँड आयसोमेट्रिक व्ह्यू आणि त्याच्यामध्ये की एक पेन्सिलमध्ये तुम्ही करताना फ्रॉम वन पॉईंट टू दी अदर, पुट अ डिप्रेशन वॅन कंपास ऑर समथिंग, अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ डिप्रेशन. So once your pencil is going from one point to the other point, it goes into that depression and then you come to perfectly त्या पॉईंटला or त्या ॲक्सेसला गेलेलं आहे. So those small things what we have learned from it. आज आमचं एज झाले 47-48 वर्षाचं आम्ही सगळेजण आहोत. वी आर फ्रॉम बॅच ऑफ सुधीर शेट्टी. की एवढ्या छोट्या डिटेलिंग, those small things what we have learned from 25-26 years before, की एवढ्या minute, and those things are helping us. And the way all speakers and everyone must have said in my past also, की he used to look very strict. सरांचा केन खाण्याचं मला मिळालं नाही, राव सरांचे खूप खाल्लेले आहेत. But he used to look as a very strict person, but gem of a person. There was one more thing what I was, while coming, I was thinking, in the afternoon I called Sudhir Shetty. And I asked him, 2 minutes baat karna. Well, this was not the thing. The main thing about it, my kids are there in Singhanias. मैं आमची फर्स्ट बॅचमध्ये माझी बहीण होती, आज आमची मुलं आहेत. अँड दिस इज अन सिन्सियर रिक्वेस्ट or an suggestion to the management of Singhanias, to the association, the new association of Singhanias, the ex-students. आपल्याकडे एवढे हॉल्स आहेत, एवढे वेन्यूज आहेत. Why can't we give the name of professors of these people? आज मल्हार हॉल आहे, सगळे हॉल आहे. आज माझी मुलगी जेव्हा जाते स्कूलमध्ये, मला व्हेरी ऑफ बिन व्हेरी, तर सरांच्या ह्या नावानी पण एक आपल्याला आठवण होती. खरं म्हणजे आयडियली की आपल्या स्कूलच्या बाहेरचा रोड जो आहे, ते राव सरांच्या नावाने झाला पाहिजे, कोणाच्या नावा झाला पाहिजे. इफ यू ट्राय टू सी, आता पॉलिटिशियनच्या लोकांच्या आईवडिलांच्या नावाने सोशल ॲक्टिव्हिटी होतात. तर आपले एवढं कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन आहे या ठाण्या याच्यामध्ये. So sincerely, we are not able to do outside the school because they're political. I don't want to go into all those things. But in our school also, there are so much of auditoriums. So why can't the auditoriums or why can't the play schools be given the name of these people? But त्याच्यामुळे आज काय की आज तुम्ही एवढे सिनियर लोक आहात, we all people are here, यंगस्टर्सना माहीत नाही आहे. My nieces, my nephew, my kids, they know की जर आता काल आता मी my daughter is there in 8. So she said ki okay, in the morning meeting, the message was given की Jani sir. But let that name be there की बाबा आमचा आज ह्या प्रोग्राममध्ये आज ह्या हॉलमध्ये आज प्रोग्राम झाले होता. सो लेट दिस नेम्स आज असं नाही झालं पाहिजे की वी ऑल आर गेटिंग टुगेदर बिकॉज वी नो यू पीपल आर सिनियर, वी वर व्हेरी ज्युनियर टू हिम. पण आज 10 वर्षांनी 15 वर्षांनी दिस नेम्स विल बी लॉस्ट. सो टू कीप दम दिस इज माय सजेशन. अँड ही वॉज अ जेम ऑफ अ पर्सन. आम्ही जास्ती वेळ त्यांच्या ह्याच्यात नव्हतो, पण दिस इज माय थिंग वॉट आय वॉन्टेड टू से. थँक्यू.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hi. I'm Dr. Kedarnath Dige of the 1986 batch. You could say I was a favorite of Sir for not all the right reasons. But since we are touching upon the various facets of Sir's life, one facet which has eluded us is, his beautiful artwork, something which we were not aware of. While speaking with his grandnieces, I realized that he was a foodie. There were a lot of food in craft period. Girls were taught in home science, how to prepare food and all. And well, we never came to know that Sir was such a connoisseur of good food. The other thing was music. Sir was very fond of music. And I remember in our school those days, we were not allowed to, venture close to any film song. And for our assembly program, we decided to sing "Ye Mere Watan Ke Logo." This is 35 years, maybe 37 years back. It has become a national, passion today. But this was 37 years back. And, I was teaching our class the song. I had a record at home and Sir arranged for the record player. We heard the song, we sang it, and then Sir called me over. And he says, "Dige, this is a film song." So I said, "No sir, it's not a film song." So he says, "No, I'm pretty sure it's a film song." So I said, "Sir, it was meant to be a film song. C. Ramchandra composed it, but then Nehruji heard the song, he cried, and now it's a national song." And he accepted that. I mean, that is the thing, Sir was very fair. So when I say that I was one of his favorite students, it was because I went for all the wrong reasons to meet Sir. I always used to plead, the unpleadable cases. And Sir was very fair. Sir used to accept any rational argument. If you could convince Sir that there was some rationale to your argument, then Sir would take a very lenient view of the same. Samir mentioned we did get a caning, but there were numerous occasions where the erring student was let off by Sir. One particular instance I recollect about Sir was, the other thing was his creativity. I think fretwork and woodwork were again his passions, and those were subjects which he developed. I remember interior decoration being introduced for us in 10th standard. It was a it was a vocational kind of a subject, but then Sir introduced that. Even sports, they mentioned that he was very particular about things, and I had gone to ask his permission for playing a cricket match. And the first thing he says is, "Dige, kahan kheloge?" वो पगडंडी पे पहले विकेट बनाओ, उसके बाद में क्रिकेट मैचेस ऑर्गेनाइज करो. So that was Sir, he always was very particular, and everybody has said about his soft nature. He used to call a couple of three of us. There was one Ramya Zaveri, Jignesh Bhinde is over here in the crowd, and I was the third one, and he called us Trimurti. because we were always present. You know, anything goes wrong in the class, the three of us would be omnipresent. So once, you know, I came to know that sir ke saath kuch rational ho. So I used to carry all these, you know, 6 certificates, and he would look at me, he would smile from his desk. You know, as you walk to the desk, he would smile and he would say, "So Dige, what is it this time?" And it was always following a cricket match. So sir used to say, "Kya ho gaya? Dysentery." So then I had to, you know, conjure up new diseases. So I used to actually discuss with my family physician, "Sir, nahi, last time wo likha tha, kuch naya likho, kuch bhari lagna chahiye." So that was sir, always kind. I once took permission from him, it's a little personal, but you know, the fatherly figure that he was, I took a letter, you know, seeking concession for not wearing a shorts for the scouts period. I said, "I'll wear it during the scouts period, I'll wear a full pant the whole day." So sir said, "What's the problem?" I said, "Nahi sir, medical problem, doctor bola aisa acha rahega." So sir said, "Theek hai." Now he didn't challenge the doctor's certificate, that's again integrity. And then as he walked me to the door, you know, and quietly whispered into my ear, "Dige, thoda pant dheela sila ke dekha." You know, so there was that sense of humor, there was that, you know, little bit, that there was apparent love. And another song which comes to mind is Vande Mataram. Today everybody talks about Vande Mataram, but sir made us hear it on the public addressal system, and I think our school was one of the first schools which must have sang Vande Mataram as a chorus. And sir's standards were high. You had to match Lata. In fact, one of the times, our class teacher told us, "Nahi, nahi, theek hai, aapne acha gaya, sir ke expectation thode high hai." Bole, theek hai. So, sir has left a lot of fond memories, lovely memories for us, and unko sadgati mile. Thank you.
Such beautiful anecdotes in memory of our revered sir. We have one more member who wants to speak.
Actually, I missed meeting sir, Agarwal from 85 batch. I mean, even higher. Okay. I never speak so much. So there was like, I wanted to come and tell, like, I mean, I was one. He said he was one of the favorite. I was one of the notorious students. Like, so I wanted to meet him. I could not. Like, I mean, it was a done thing. Like, choti badmashiya, like faking doctor's certificate for taking leave, was a done thing. He knew it. He knew we would fake I don't know. Now, of course, from our batch, we have so many doctors. Like, I don't know what kind of certificate they would have given. But it was like, theek hai. I mean, he knew we used to fake the certificates, so theek hai. I didn't know. I mean, I just came to know from the, somebody mentioned about naming a road after him. See, let's think of something doable. Like, that is for politicians and stuff, you know, like we can, at least, you know, the establishment at the present moment, not a mention on the website of the school about Rao Saab and Jani, sir. And this is like, they talk of 50 glorious years, and what about the first 25 years? These are the people who have brought us where we are today. So if not, at least, you know, you can, I can understand the family having large photographs inside this thing with the diya being lit for the prayer meeting. We can have at least a small photograph of, just like this, he's teaching on the blackboard. One small photograph somewhere prominent where just as the students enter school, the present batches should know what their contribution has been. Jani sir teaching on this thing, writing on the blackboard, maybe Rao sir taking the assembly or something. They in action, some small photographs with a plaque of some 5-6 lines below that. That's it. That's memory enough. Like, no need to name a road after him and all that. No, just one, if you can you provide me like, yeah, I mean, he was strict and all that. We all know that, you know. I was named the most outstanding student. Not because I was outstanding, because I was taken out. You go out of the class. Let me finish the syllabus, I used to ask so many questions, like mentally harassing the teacher. I still do that. Like, then Jani sir would come on the round, see me outside the class, and ask me, why are you standing out? I said, this is the reason. Then he used to give me one more whack. I mean, what have I done to deserve this? Like, I mean, but then the soft nature, which it was there in principal's tweet, you know, like somebody said he was like a coconut. Yeah, that is true. You know, when you see him as a geometry teacher and a woodwork teacher, I was one of the few students who took woodwork during our time. You know, he used to make us see films on woodwork, and his attention to detail was such like when you cut the wood against the grain, it will split. It's going to be strong. If you cut the saw with the grain, it's going to crack and all that. So all this theory behind the woodwork, he used to make us see films. We were very excited about geometry. Somebody gave this detail about the compass and all that. Whenever you used to see the photographs being put on our notice boards, he used to make certain that the pin doesn't pierce the photograph. Only the head, the umbrella part of the pin would touch and this thing. And every single, I had seen him, you know, even after passing out, I used to come and he used to stand in front with the carpenter and get the door frame done and all that. His attention to detail was such like. Then in one of the soft nature, yeah. I mean, one of the classes, he just asked me a question and I was frozen. And then he also froze with me. So, मुझे लगा आज तो मैं गया. I mean, today is my last day. But I forgot that what I was facing was not Mr. Jani the principal, he was Mr. Jani the teacher. And then somehow the right answer mumbled out after 5 minutes of silence. You know, I am silent, he is silent. You can see the tension, like, I mean, that. Then the right answer mumbled out and he said, yes, you're right. I was so reassured, I got that feeling of a father figure at that time, you know. I said, I mean, this man can be so soft also, like. So that was this. And well, I have I'm too late to meet sir, but the way he used to teach the Pythagoras theorem, geometrically he taught us, like, instead of, many people are nodding their heads, they remember this. So that set me, I'll take just half a minute, you know, like, that set my standards so high. I have refused to sit classes in my, wherever I have gone. I must have changed courses and this thing. But I've refused to entertain substandard teachers after the benchmark set by Jani sir, like. And I was so driven, you know, like I have this confession, I have to, I mean, if I don't make it today, I don't know if I ever will. After 10 years passing from school, like, I mean, somebody was mentioning from our batches, like, no, they had pleasant memories. They used to go and ask him permission and all that. I have done things after passing school without asking permission. And one of the things, notorious things, well, I have to confess now, like, I used to come at night time inside the school library, read books, and then by the daylight I used to come out. Nobody knows about this, like. Now, I was too scared to admit it in front of sir. But I wanted to know why, when I passed out, I didn't know why I have passed out. I kept coming back during the night time. I have not told my batchmates also this. This is what used to happen. And that reading habit I have cultivated with me even now. I would sit with those books and then I would say, no, yeah, I mean, now I'm a student. Now, this was 10 years after passing out. Like. So I admit I was a notorious student, sir. I mean, I don't know what you have to say about this. Like, that's all. Like.
We'd like to continue through 2 songs, and then anybody would like to speak could speak.
हेलो यहाँ हम आगे चालू रखें। सबसे पहले मैं सर को सॉरी बोलूँगा, क्योंकि इस स्टेज पे हमें कुछ चाय लेना अलाउ नहीं है, नियम से अलाउ नहीं है। यदि सर होते तो होता कि खड़े हो जाओ बेंच पे में। ये स्टेज पे आप चाय नहीं पी सकते। इतनी यादें, इतने से लोगों में इतनी यादें, न जाने इतने स्टूडेंट, इतने टीचर्स, कितनी यादें होंगी सर की। उन यादों को सहेज कर सभी चल रहे हैं और समय समय पे ये सर्टेन है कि कहीं ना कहीं याद आते हैं कि सर होते तो हमको ये करना होता। उनके बताए हुए रास्ते, उनके बताए हुए तरीके आपको हर क्षण याद रहेंगे, कहीं ना कहीं याद रहेंगे। जब एक किरण भी आशा की आती ना हो नजर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर। जब दुख से मन घबरा जाए, चारों ओर निराशा छा जाए, जब एक किरण भी आशा की आती ना हो नजर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर। जगत के पालनहारे से, जगत के पालनहारे से प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर। तू जान बूझ कोई पाप न कर, तू जान बूझ कोई पाप न कर, हो जाए तो पश्चाताप कर। ये सब लीला उस ईश्वर की, ये सब लीला उस ईश्वर की, तू ध्यान उसी का धर। प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर। जगत के पालनहारे से, जगत के पालनहारे से प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर। झोली सुख से भर देगा वो, झोली सुख से भर देगा वो, सब भूल क्षमा कर देगा वो। चाहे जग तुझसे मुखड़ा मोड़े, ये चाहे जग तुझसे मुखड़ा मोड़े, तू उससे मिला नजर। प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर। जब दुख से मन घबरा जाए, चारों ओर निराशा छा जाए, जब एक किरण भी आशा की आती ना हो नजर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, प्रार्थना कर, जगत के पालन हारे से, जगत के पालन हारे से। जब दुख से मन घबरा जाए,
Sudhi, you would like to say something?
Hello everyone. Pranam. I have lot of memories of sir. In school, after school, because after school also I was associated with sir, and I used to be always in touch with sir after school also. I remember in the school I was the most mischievous student of my batch. My batchmates will agree with me. They are here today. I think the maximum caning which sir must have given, it must be me. I was, as someone said, I was actually the outstanding student, but outside Jani sir's cabin. I tell my wife, she is an outstanding student actually, Roshni. She is a gold medalist. I say that you are the outstanding student, I was also an outstanding student. You were academic wise outstanding student, I was the most mischievous student, and I used to be outstanding student. Sir had always a lot of affection for students and for the school. I remember in after 91, I passed out and I visited sir. I used to come to school and still I visit the school. Mrs. Kevrol knows me. I am a regular visitor to the school just to say hi, hello, and to the principal ma'am or sir I used to come. That time in after 92 or 93 I had come to school and he said, yes, in his voice, yes, Sudhir Shetty, what are you doing nowadays? I said, sir, I'm doing my engineering. So why don't you get associated with the alumni Sulonians group? I want you to be associated with the Sulonians group. And that time he said, Ajay, Ajit, Naush was there, and they were all, means they were the part of the funfair after Divesh, and they left that, I think Ajay, Ajit and Jayesh Gosrani, they were all, was a team and who were conducting funfair, and he said, in the afternoon you come, I'll make you meet them. And from that association with those team was so good that it was really lot of learning, and sir used to see each and everything about how the funfair is done and how it was conducted. I still remember, Naush will also remember, one of the funfair, we were just burning the garbages in the new school premise. There were a lot of garbages those days, and we were just burning. Myself, Naush was there, and Sunil Sompura was there, Ajay Pandey was there. Morning, we just went and we saw there were a lot of garbages. So we said, we'll just burn it and then throw it. And we started burning, and it took us such a huge fire it was, that the fire could be seen, the smoke, it was the whole smoke, the whole Thane it was smoke, because it was all dry grasses over there and full of smoke. Fire brigade had to be called in. Means there were more than 4 or 5 fire brigades, they came in, and we said, now we are gone. Now sir will not leave us. So who will talk to sir? So Ajay Kanwur called sir. Sir came in, what happened? So Ajay, in his typical style, said, "Sir, we were burning the garbages and some small plate just flew and it took the fire." We were just standing like that, what now sir will react. Sir said, "Good, that place got cleaned." So as everyone said, oh, bahut dil ke naram the sir. He gave me a lot of opportunities in the school also. In 91 also, when the band captain was not present, Anaga is not there now, but she left. But when the band captain Ganesh Shirke was there and he was not present during the grand rehearsal, and I was, he told that Sudhir Shetty will lead the band. And that grand rehearsal, the performance was so good. Sir told the band captain that you just do it next year. This year, Sudhir Shetty will continue the band. And I continued as a band captain. Just 3 days later, there was the sports day was there, and he gave me the opportunity. Lot of memories, as I said. So, when sir fell sick, I used to be regular with him. That I used to go visit him. But really, at this moment, I should appreciate Ajay Singh from the 1993 batch, Ajay? 1993 batch, Ajay Singh. Really, I used to just go and come or ask on the phone or sometimes sit with him for hours and this thing. But what Ajay has done is really, Ajay, all Sulonians and his family members will be thankful to you. I think they also agree, each and every member. We all Sulonians stood up for sir to support him. And he always used to say that all Sulonians should come under one umbrella. The association, form the association. Sudhir should take the lead. Bring everyone together. I told sir, yes, sir, we are planning. It is really a big loss for us. When we were forming this association, I also informed him once, sir, the association is forming now. Everything is set. We are going to have a grand reunion and you will be present over there to address us. He said, definitely I will be there. It's a very sad moment that he is not there. But at least we started the journey when he was there. And I request everyone that let us come all together. As many of you all said that we have to form this association for him, for the school, for the past Sulonians, for the present Sulonians, for our teachers, for the past teachers, for the current teachers. We have gone much ahead now. Just for your information, Principal Madam, the current Principal Madam has also agreed for that. Mrs. Cabral was also there for all the meetings. So we are going aggressive and let us form this. Later we'll see what to do once our association gets formed and other thing. The names of our principal to be included in the school and that will be the later part. Let us first, we stand together. Everything will fall in place then. Thank you very much. And sir, we'll really miss you. Thanks.
ये तो सच है कि भगवान है मगर फिर भी अनजान है। धरती पे रूप सर आपका, उस विधाता की पहचान है। ये तो सच है कि भगवान है मगर फिर भी अनजान है। धरती पे रूप सर आपका, उस विधाता की पहचान है। ये तो सच है कि भगवान है। हमें प्यार किया, दुलार दिया, नियम से हटे तो फटकार दिया। हमें प्यार किया, दुलार दिया, नियम से हटे तो फटकार दिया। उनकी बातों से हमको मिली रोशनी, उनके पथ पे चले तो है मंजिल मिली। हम सब ध्यान करें उनका, सम्मान करें उनका। हम सब ध्यान धरें उनका, सम्मान करें उनका। धरती पे रूप सर आपका, विधाता की पहचान है। ये तो सच है कि भगवान है मगर फिर भी अनजान है। धरती पे रूप सर आपका, उस विधाता की पहचान है।
He won't have a word.
Mr. Divyesh Dave, sir, admin in charge of SA currently. Yes, we'd like to hear from you.
मेरा सबको नमस्कार। आपको बहुत बहुत चरण स्पर्श हमारे। आप जैसे गुरु शायद किसी को मिलते होंगे और हमारा अच्छा नसीब है कि जितने भी स्कूल में हमारे टीचर्स और हमारे गुरु रहे हैं उन्होंने हमारे जीवन को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से संवारा है। सबसे पहले तो मैं ये चाहूँगा कि हर जन्म मुझे ऐसे गुरु मिले, लेकिन साथ में ये भी चाहूँगा कि सर आपको वैकुंठ प्राप्त हो। आपने ये जीवन में हमें सब कुछ दे दिया है। हमें शायद वापस जीवन में ये दुनिया में वापस जन्म लेना पड़ेगा, लेकिन आप वैकुंठ जाएं, ऐसे ईश्वर की हमारी प्रार्थना है। मैं अजय सिंह, राणा और 1993 के बैच के कोई भी इधर हाजिर हो, उनसे विनंती करूंगा आप इधर आएं। ये दोनों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। अगर इन लोग ने लीड नहीं ली होती, अजय सिंह और राणा ने, तो शायद हम इतना नहीं कर पाते। इन्होंने जो वक्त, समय, मेहनत जो भी किया है, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका। हम सब परिवार की तरफ से आप दोनों को और 1993 बैच को बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया करते हैं।
Devesh sir, you are being very modest. क्या बोलूँ? Delivering an eulogy, it's really a daunting task. At first I thought कि I would fall short of words, or I will have no words to express feelings, in fact. 5 days back, we mourned at the demise of us. But 5 दिन हो गए, वो बात गई. Today, we are here to celebrate his life, the life which has lived. गुरु में गु होता है, जो होता है डार्कनेस, अंधेरा, एंड रू होता है प्रकाश। तो अंधेरे से प्रकाश की ओर ले जाने वाला जो होता है वो गुरु होता है। Everybody has talked about facets of Sir's life. In fact, Sir के facets क्या क्या थे, but ठीक है, he was a strict disciplinarian, an educanist and a visionary. Yeah, but in my personal association with Sir since last 3 years, I never found him strict. I have seen a child in him. A child in the sense, if you really visit Sir's house, it's a museum, in fact. Sir has preserved all the little things right from since his childhood days, in fact. The sketches, right, if you can see on the screen, that were the sketches, I think so, during his childhood days. It is right from the 50s, 55, 59, 60s, in fact. So each and everything is preserved. He was very fond of the trophy, in fact, the Dronacharya Puraskar, which he had received. Yeah, but today that trophy is not there with him in physical also, in fact. So the day when the flat got fired, in fact, so the trophy was burned, in fact, and Sir was hospitalized, I think so. But we never told Sir what has happened. Sir got discharged 2 days back. So myself and Rana were there, in fact, and we were discussing, यार ये सर को बताएंगे कैसे कि सर के घर को आग लगी है, उनका ट्रॉफी जल गया है. It was very hard on us, in fact, कि कैसे बताएंगे. But Sir got discharged, and it was in the hospital only we told Sir. सर को पैसिफाई किया, सर ऐसे से हो गया, तो सर बोला ठीक है, डोंट माइंड, कुछ नहीं होता है, होना था हो गया, तो लिव इट, जो था. देन सर को हमने बोरीवली छोड़ा. इन द मीन टाइम द रेनोवेशन गॉट कंप्लीटेड. सर केम बैक, थिंग्स नॉर्मलाइज्ड, एंड आई रियली थैंक my 93 batch and all the alumni, in fact, all the batches, for their unwavering support, in fact, they given all the time when I felt I was alone, in fact. So that is Sir to me. One more incident I'd like to quote on a lighter note, in fact. The 24/7 caretaker, his real name is Om Prakash. But somehow, I don't know how his name got gadgeted to Abhishek. So Abhishek, that's the name given to him. Every time I used to visit Sir, the first thing that I used to order, अरे अभिषेक सर के लिए बिस्किट, चाय और कॉफ़ी बना के लाओ. So I will miss.
एक छोटी सी घटना बताऊंगा। करीब 26 जून को, around 26th of June, Ajay Singh was at Sir's place. We used to visit together sometimes in hospital and at his home also. He was away to Borivali some 2-3 months back, and I thought at least, he'll not be back for about a month or so. But he loved his house so much, he loved his things so much, that in 5 days he was back and I was not aware. Only on 26 June, I came to know when Ajay Singh did a video call and put me on with Sir. And Nandita was also there, Nandita Khanna or Mehta. She was also there. And Sir said, Divesh, you were to come, na? What happened? Well, I was really touched. I was really touched. A man of his stature inviting me to his house is a big thing. On 30th June, I said I'll go to his place. First, it was to be on 1st of July. On 1st of July, I went to his place. First, earlier it was on 2nd July, the Sunday. But then I had to go for my family visit to western suburbs. So I requested Ajay, can't we make it on 1st of July instead of 2nd of July? We went there, we met. Ajay was there till 11 p.m. I was also there at 11 p.m. We sat and talked and talked and talked. In the few past visits, he had requested me, what do you do with these paintings? And when I started discussing about his sketches and paintings, he explained to me how to do sketches and all these paintings. And then I offered him, sir, I'll scan all this and keep it for you so that we can use it in future. We can share it with your family, students, everyone. Again, we came back to the same topic on 1st of July. This sketches and all, what do we do about it? Yeah? So I said, please hand over to me. I'll scan it and bring it back. And he asked for guarantee almost that I bring it back. He was so possessive about his things, very possessive. And not only that, he was a lover of music also. Almost 50 LPs he has at his home, still preserved. And I remember when he was in Eden Gardens, I visited him and we heard also. Yeah. Multifaceted personality, difficult to gauge. हमने तो उन्हें केवल गुरु के रूप में ही जाना था. ये सब उनकी क्वालिटीज़ हमें तो पता नहीं थी. तो खैर 1 जुलाई को तो मुलाकात हो गई, रात के 11 बज गए थे और मैं बोला अब मैं चलता हूँ, सोने का समय हो गया है. तो ज्यों त्यों करके 11:15 बजे हम बाहर निकले. तो सरप्राइजिंगली सर मुझे बाहर तक, बिल्डिंग के बाहर तक छोड़ने आए. मुझे भी बहुत आश्चर्य लगा. आज पहली बार मुझे सर इतने दूर तक छोड़ने आ रहे हैं और विश्वास नहीं हो रहा था कि इतने बड़े व्यक्ति जो 84 इयर्स हमारे पेरेंट्स के उम्र के, वो मुझे देखने आ रहे हैं. मैं तो चला गया, पर ये पता चला कि 2 जुलाई को उन्होंने खुद नहीं विदाई ले ली. बहुत दुख लगा, बहुत दुख लगा. लेकिन जो मैंने उनसे वादा किया था कि मैं जब गया था तो उनके लिए थेपला, लड्डू और अनेक छोटी छोटी खाने के पदार्थ लेके गया था. उनसे कहा था कि 6 तारीख को हम वापस मिलेंगे और मैं अगली बार आऊँगा तो पूरन पूरी लेके आऊँगा. तो मुझे पता चला कि 2 जुलाई को दोपहर को ओम प्रकाश पूरन पूरी भी लेके आया था. उन्होंने सब खाया, उनकी आत्मा तृप्त हो गई होगी. और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद ईश्वर, आपने हमारे गुरु को बहुत अच्छे से लेके गए. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. तो ये मैंने स्कैन करके रखा है और मैं 2 मिनट और लूँगा आपको उनके स्केचेस दिखाने के लिए. एक मिनट, आपको भी बहुत बहुत नमन। प्रिंसिपल राव तो हमारे जानी सर के भी मेंटर रह चुके हैं, वो गुरु के गुरु कहलाएंगे। हमारे टाइम पे भी प्रिंसिपल ही थे, और जो पाइथागोरस थ्योरम, हाइपोथेसिस वगैरह हमने सीखा है वो जानी सर से सीखा है। और एक और छोटी सी घटना, क्या होता था, हम छोटे थे, क्लास में खाली 18 बच्चे रहते थे, ओनली 18 ऑफ अस इन द क्लास। तो मम्मी क्या करती थी, इनो की बोतल में दही डाल के, दूध डाल के जमा के हमें डब्बे में देती थी। और एक बार तो ऐसा हो गया, दूसरे क्लासेस में तो होता ही था कभी कभी, लेकिन जानी सर के क्लास में एकदम से उसका इनो का बोतल का ढक्कन फट करके उड़ा। मैं बोला ये घटना तो मेरे लिए दुर्घटना हो जाएगी, लेकिन उतने में मेरी छोटी बहन आई डब्बा लेने को, तो दुर्घटना से मैं बच गया। उन्होंने कुछ नहीं कहा, हंसते कहा अच्छा ये डब्बा लेके जाओ। तो ऐसे थे हमारे जानी सर। आओ उनके कुछ स्केचेस और पेंटिंग हम देखें। ये उन्होंने स्टैंडर्ड 10th में किया है। उनका जन्म 1939 में हुआ, और मेरे अंदाज से 10th स्टैंडर्ड उन्होंने करीब 1952-53 में किया होगा। ये उनका फर्स्ट स्केच। ये देखिए कितने डिटेल स्केच और शेडिंग इसकी देखिए कितनी बहुत है, और ये उन्होंने प्रिजर्व करके रखा है, और उस पर एक गुड रिमार्क करके भी है उनके टीचर का। नेक्स्ट, ये श्री गणेश का स्केच है, 2 अप्रैल 1952 में उन्होंने किया था, और सर डेट भी लिखते थे और साइन भी करते थे हर स्केच के साथ ज़्यादा करके। यस, तभी स्पाइडरमैन नहीं थे, तभी तो कैप्टन मार्वल थे। तो कैप्टन मार्वल भी आ गए उनके स्केचेस में। 23 अप्रैल 1952। यस, देखिए ये शेडिंग देखिए, ये लाइंस देखिए, कितना स्टडी हैंड था उनका, और ये सब पुस्तक में से देख देख के बनाते थे। लेडी विथ वेस्टर्न आउटफिट, ये हमने डिस्कस भी किया था कैसे बनाया, क्या किया, कैसे किया, और ये 15 अप्रैल 1953 को उन्होंने बनाया था। स्कूल बॉय स्केच 1953। See the perfection, so nice, and of course it has got a little spoiled. एक ऐसे पन्ने एक साथ में बाइंड करके रखे हुए थे, तो इतने साल गुजर गए तो थोड़ा तो खराब होना ही है। The lady, see the cap, see the 3-dimension effect, see the shading, so beautiful, marvelous, excellent. 17 July 1953. Next, lady with purse, 21 June 1953. Ma Saraswati, 21 June 1954. See each sketch you will see the shading. Yep. The athlete, 26 July 1954. Boy with biscuit, 16 July 1954. So beautiful. See the expression in the eyes. See the shirt as if, you know, he's wearing a t-shirt or a sweater. So beautiful. Next. This is a miniature sketches. In a smaller notebook, notebook is lesser than an A4, yeah? See the miniatures he has done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And see the detailing he has done in that tower. So beautiful. So he was a great artist. I don't know he was blessed with how many qualities. I've heard some, I've yet to discover more as and when I talk to people and I'll understand. This is miniature with color pencil. See the small sketches. One is with black pencil and the other is with colored pencil. 13th October 1954. Gandhi ji, very well, beautifully imagined. The girl with post box. Yep. Krishna under the tree. Krishna, see the shading. The shading is very good here. Okay, and it has been preserved for so many years now. It must be almost 80 years, maybe. No, not 80 years, at least 70 years, sorry. Yes. Lady with sari on tree swing. So beautiful piece it is. Excellent. I mean, it's par excellence. See the detailing, see the shades, see the fall of the sari. It's so beautiful. The silhouette of a dancing lady. Narad Muni against a silhouette. The portrait of Lokmanya Tilak, 7th May 1960 has done this. Sardar Patel, lovely Rabindranath Tagore portrait, so beautiful. Ved Vyas, Nehruji, oh, just too good. Just too good. See, for each and every expression of eyebrows, the face, the lips. So it also indicates he was very good at his hand and he had a lot of patience to do this. And that's why perhaps he was a good teacher of woodwork as well. This is with color paint, Sri Ram, again a miniature painting. This is again a color miniature, watercolor painting on A4 page. This is the ultimate. This playing card is exactly the size of a playing card. So beautiful. See the detailing. So a man with perfection and details and patience. What more do you want from a guru? This is how we have learned from him. Or Principal Rao और मिस्टर जानी ने उनका इतिहास तो रचा ही है, लेकिन हमारे इतिहास की रचना उनसे ही शुरुआत हुई है. इसके लिए उनके लिए मैं बहुत बहुत नमन करता हूं और आप सबको धन्यवाद. शुक्रिया.
As everyone mentioned and Divesh also mentioned कि सर अपनी सामान बहुत संभाल के रखते थे. जैसे मैंने कहा कि जब मैं बता रहा था मेरे बारे में कि कैसे सर के साथ एसोसिएटेड था मैं, तो मैं जब सर के पास गया था जब 6 महीने पहले, तभी मुझे सर ने उनका एक टाई मुझे दिया, एक आशीर्वाद करके एक टाई दिया, और उन्होंने कहा कि जब भी पहनो तो मुझे फ़ोटो निकाल के भेजना. तो मैंने पहना, लेकिन फ़ोटो तो भेज नहीं सकता था. मुझे ओम प्रकाश जी थे, तो ओम प्रकाश जी को मैंने कहा कि मैं भेजूँगा, बट मैंने पहना. मैं उनके पास व्हाट्सएप तो नहीं था, मैंने लेकिन सर को फ़ोन करके बताया कि मैंने पहना करके. एक चीज़ है जो मैं, उन्होंने मुझे ब्लेसिंग दिया. जब भी मैं निकलता था तो मैं उनके पैर पकड़ के निकलता था. इस बार जब वो गुजर गए, उन्होंने कोई ब्लेसिंग नहीं दिया मुझे. घर गया, मैं सोचा कि सर ने तो बात भी नहीं किया, मुझे आशीर्वाद भी नहीं दिया. मैं घर से नीचे उतरा, मैं मेरे गाड़ी में बैठा, मैं पीछे कुछ देखा तो मैंने कहा ये क्या है. मैं ड्राइवर को पूछा ये क्या हो रखा है, तो शायद अजय भूल गया था या मुझे मालूम नहीं. जब मैंने खोल के मैं उसको लेके गया, ऑफिस में लेके गया एक थैली, तो सर के कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्स थे, मेडिकल रिपोर्ट्स, सर के लिखे हुए एक लेटर थे उनके हेल्थ के बारे में, और मुझे ये फिर ये पर्स मिला सर का. और जब मैंने खोला, मुझसे रहा नहीं गया. 10 साल पहले मैंने उनको मेरा कार्ड दिया था, विजिटिंग कार्ड, 10 साल पहले, कि सर कुछ भी रहेगा तो मुझे फ़ोन करना आप. वो उन्होंने संभाल के रखा था. उसी के साथ मेरे बैचमेट का कार्ड है, डॉक्टर अमित प्रधान का कार्ड था उसके साथ. And no one, and this is his visiting card. He used to carry. This was the visiting card. It is mentioned Principal Srimati Sulochanadevi Singhania School. So he has this visiting cards in his purse. Sorry, मैंने उनका पर्स ओपन किया, लेकिन और एक उनका एक 500 रुपए का नोट उनके पर्स में. ये मैं चाहता हूँ आपका परमिशन हो तो फैमिली का, कि ये मुझे दे दो। थैंक यू। ये मैं जो उनका बैंक का जो कार्ड वगैरह है मैं आप लोग को दे दूंगा, हाँ हाँ, जो उनका एटीएम कार्ड वगैरह है, लेकिन जो पर्स, ये जो 500 रुपए के नोट, ये पर्स मेरे साथ रहेगा जब तक मैं हूँ इस, टिल द टाइम आई एम ऑन दिस अर्थ। दिस इज द ब्लेसिंग जो मुझे मिला। मैं घर गया तो देखा तो एकदम चकित हो गया। तो आप लोग के परमिशन से मैं ये पर्स रखता हूँ। इसमें कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्स है, जो पैन कार्ड वगैरह कभी भी लगेगा मैं दे दूंगा मैं। ओके, थैंक यू।
देखिए, हमारे इस धर्म में, सनातन धर्म में ये कहा जाता है कि ये चले गए, ये चले नहीं गए, आपके साथ में है। आप इनको हर क्षण समय समय पे इनको आप ध्यान देंगे तो आपको लगेगा कि आप ये आपके साथ में है। एक अंतिम क्षणों के कुछ शब्द मैं यहाँ पे गा रहा हूँ। इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, का विश्वास कमजोर होना।
दूर अज्ञान के अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे। हर बुराई से बचते रहे हम, जितने भी
सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण।
फूल खुशियों के बांटे सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन।
अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा के, कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। ओम।
I'd like to call Niranjan, if you'd like to speak a few words.
निरंजन साहब, आप पहचानते हो कि नहीं मालूम नहीं, लेकिन ही इज़ द MLC ऑफ थाने के MLA है और उनके स्टूडेंट है।
नमस्ते। आज हम सभी जन यहाँ पे जानी सर को ट्रिब्यूट देने साथ में आए हैं और जब भी यहाँ पे सब स्लाइड्स चालू थी, राव सर का स्लाइड पहले आया और राव सर हमेशा हम लोग जितने स्टूडेंट्स थे उनको, जो राजकुमार थे पिक्चर के, तो उनका पूरा इमेज वैसा था। वो जब चलते थे तो एक स्टूडेंट्स में एक चार्म था उनका, और वैसे ही जानी सर का एक रुतबा था सभी स्टूडेंट्स पे। जो इम्पैक्ट था वो इम्पैक्ट हमेशा हम सभी स्टूडेंट्स के लाइफ में रहेगा। और जैसे अभी ये गीत चालू था, उस गीत में एक लाइन है, वो बहुत जानी सर के लाइफ के लिए मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत एप्ट है कि ये ना सोचो कि हमें क्या मिला है, ये सोचो किया क्या है अर्पण। और सर ने हम जैसे स्टूडेंट्स को बनाने के लिए जो उनका लाइफ अर्पण किया है, निश्चित ही हम हमारे माध्यम से उनका नाम रोशन करने की कोशिश हमेशा करते रहेंगे।
May I call upon Mr. Daftari sir? Sir was Jani sir's good friend and he would like to say a few words.
मैं भूपेंद्र दफ्तरी जानी सर का खास फ्रेंड हूँ और हम लोग बचपन से एक दूसरे को पहचानते थे। तो उनको मैं पूछूं तो अपना, आप लोग ने सब स्कूल का कैरियर का दिखाया, मैं पहले का बोलता हूँ, वो स्कूल में थ्रू आउट द कैरियर वो फर्स्ट ही आते थे और ड्राइंग में भी एक्सपर्ट थे और दिवाली के रंगोली करते हैं, रंगोली भी बहुत अच्छी करते थे। तो अभी 15 दिन पहला मैं उनको मिला था तो उसका इतना अच्छा था हमारा, क्या हम लोग हमेशा हमको छोड़ने को आते थे बस स्टॉप पर। मैं गोरेगांव रहता हूँ तो बस स्टॉप पर आके हमेशा आते थे, तो लेकिन गया टाइम आया नहीं और उनका जो अभिषेक था उनका अटेंडेंट उसको भेजा क्या इनको साहब को छोड़ के आ। तो ये इतना अच्छा था और अभी हम लोग एक ही एज के हैं, फिर भी बोलते थे संभाल के जाने का, अभी तुम घड़ी घड़ी मत आओ इधर, लेकिन अपने से रहा नहीं जाता था। तो सॉरी सॉरी
हेलो, कुछ बोलना है?
हमारा एक वीडियो ट्रिब्यूट है
तो मैं इसको कंप्लीट कर लूं पहले।
ओम
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। कुछ क्षण सर के चरणों में वंदन। कुछ समय और है आपको
We have a
स्क्रीन पे
small
दिखाएंगे।
video tribute to sir and if we can play that.
तैयारी होती है। मैं हिरेन पुरोहित का भी बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ। वो श्री जानी सर के भांजे लगते हैं। अभी आज इधर उपस्थित नहीं हो सके, पर उन्होंने भी बहुत बहुत मेहनत की, उनके लिए उनका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
आज अशोक चांडक जी और आपकी टीम के लिए भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने जो भजन गाए हैं वो बहुत सुंदर तरीके से गाए हैं और भगवान आप पे कृपा रखे, ऐसी हमारी प्रार्थना। आपके साथी लोग भी बहुत अच्छे थे, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया इसके लिए।
just celebrated our last reflect also on the day of Guru Purnima. Right? So, I'd like to thank everyone for being here.